Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Hello to anybody that is new here. This is my video for the top 30 of the Australian Face Awards, hosted by Nyx Professional Makeup. This is super exciting for me because I stepped out of my comfort zone. The first theme is Avant Garde, so I tried to go with something quite pretty and colourful, but it also had to be a demon because my name is Bonnie.Corban SFX. There is no prosthetics in this look today, but I'm very excited to show you how I created it. Before we jump right in, I just wanted to remind you guys that the voting period is now open from the 2nd to the 6th of May, and it's very important that you vote if you want to see me make it to the next round and progress in the competition to the top 15. So I need everybody that is a part of Team Bonnie to please help me out, 3 votes per day per email address, and I'll leave all of the links in the description box below. To start out, I have styled and glued down a platinum blonde lace front wig and also popped in a pair of natural looking brown contact lenses to give myself a darker eye look. I'm going to literally bleach my eyebrows for this video today. So what I'm doing here is going in with a little bit of petroleum jelly to make sure that it doesn't burn my skin. I took an eyebrow bleaching product, popped it on for 5 minutes, and I applied a second coat just to make sure that they were super bright and white. You can tint them with a purple shampoo if you feel necessary, but I thought they matched my wig perfectly and it really changed my face, so I was really happy that I went to the effort to do it. I feel like it's a crazy thing to do and it was a big decision, even though I'll probably tint them back brown in a week. So the first thing I'm doing here is priming my skin and then popping on a full coverage foundation. I took the NYX primer, the NYX Mineral Stick Foundation and the Total Cover Control Drops. I'm then blending that in with a NYX blender and buffing that out with the Total Cover brush. Once I've got my base set, I'm going to lightly brush through my brows because there's foundation all up in there. I'm then going to take the Total Cover concealer and start to apply that heavily in all of the areas that I want to highlight. This is mainly going to give me coverage as well because we're going to be applying so much on top later. I wanted a really flawless and scary alien-like base. To chisel and contour my face, I'm taking the NYX Wonder Stick and popping that in all of the areas I want to make myself bronzed. I also put it on the inner corner of my eyebrows, which I thought was really hilarious. I didn't need to do much for my forehead because I have a wig that is pulled forward, which already makes my forehead snatched, which is really great. I went in with that concealer brush that had residual product and started to buff that in. Taking that same sponge that we used earlier, I'm really pressing the product into the skin to melt it and blend it away. To set my under eyes, I'm taking the NYX HD powder and really packing that on. It's going to stop creasing and also lightly brighten the area as well. For the rest of the face, I'm taking the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat face powder and lightly popping that on. Now I'm going in with a contour palette today again because we're going to give us some sharp cheekbones. This is going to be like an overall bronze because we're doing so much highlighting in this video today. I'm taking the Born to Glow highlighter and packing this on. For my base, I really wanted to get a futuristic, high fashion, really dewy, almost albino, alien-esque look. So that's what I'm going for right now. So what I'm doing here is packing on a whole bunch of highlighters. These are all from NYX Cosmetics. I'm going to take the lavender and the white champagne shade from the Strobe of Genius palette, really pack that on my whole entire body and face. I then went in with the NYX Duo Highlighter. This has a soft pink and purple undertone to it, so I was really shining and holographic. Popping a little bit more of that contour on, I'm also going to apply it on my neck and my chest just to really sculpt it out. To fill in my brows today, I'm just going to take the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk and lightly apply that over the top and brush it through with a spoolie. I wanted to go for a really bushy look today, so I'm taking a clear bar of soap and applying a little bit of water and then brushing my brows upwards. That's going to hold them in place and give them a really separated and thicker appearance to really match my wig as well. To start on the eyes today, I'm taking a yellow cream paint and applying that on the inner corner of my lids. I'm blending that out with my hands and dragging it down onto my inner corner and tear duct area, and then also swiping that up on the inner corner of my brow. Once I've got that down, I'm going in with the liquid suede. I'm going to leave all of the names, color shades and products in the description box below if you guys are wondering specifically what products I used. I'm taking the Avant Pop palette and setting that yellow on the inner corner of my eyes and blending that together with the NYX liquid suede. To set the orange in place, I'm taking this bright blush from NYX and packing that over the top and then blending the two colors together with a large fluffy brush. Just tapping my brush off and then also applying it on my nose as well to give a little bit more of a cohesive look. For my wings today, I'm taking a hot pink NYX liquid suede and popping that on the outer corner of my eye. I'm using my hands to just lightly tap and blend that in. This is going to be a base for our eyeshadows. I'm dragging that underneath my lower lash line and bringing it all of the way out to my temples. I'm doing the exact same on the other eye but with a red liquid suede. And then on my hands I got a little bit of residual and started to speckle that underneath the lower lash line to give it more of a rough appearance because we don't want this to be too polished. I then went ahead and blended the outer corner of my eyebrows up into my temples with more of that highlight. To get a strong inner corner highlight, I took a NYX Jumbo pencil, I think in the shade Cottage Cheese, and started to really buff that out to really brighten up that area. With a second Avant Pop palette, I'm lightly taking a bit of that purple shadow and blending it into the pink side of my face. I'm then going to take a NYX Primal color and I use the shade Hot Red to also buff out the other side. Once I've got them nice and set and blended, I'm going to take a NYX Lip of the Day. This is a metallic lip liner that also works really great on the eyes. I'm going to lightly blend that over the lid and set it with a bit of the highlighter that we used earlier just to give us a really bright metallic look. I'm going to take the Vivid Brights eyeliner in a soft lavender shade and create a graphic wing. I wanted this to essentially really stand out with the coloured bases, so the pink and the red really stand out with the soft pastels. I popped on a pair of really sparse lashes to give myself a really fluttery effect, and then I took the double stacked mascara to blend that in. I wanted the inner corners to be nice and sparkly, so I took a mix of chunky yellow glitter and also white iridescent glitter and started to pack that on with the NYX Glitter Primer. Now that the eyes are starting to look nice and colourful, I'm going to move on to the crease. I wanted to make it a little bit brighter and more pigmented, so I'm taking that orange blush and just lightly applying it where the metallic kind of pops out of the graphic liner. I'm then going to line my bottom lash line with the NYX Jumbo pencil in Milk. And then taking their white vinyl eyeliner, I created a cat eye and also filled in my lower lash line and lashes to give it a bright white appearance, and I put a little bit of speckles on there as well to give some interest and texture to the eyes. For the lips today, I really wasn't sure if I should go with the pastel lip suede to match my eyes, but I ended up going with the bright orange because I feel like it was more vibrant and colourful as opposed to something more soft. I slightly overlined them a little bit just to give myself a better pout. And then I went in with that blush and started to pack it on. I originally wanted it to be more speckly, but I went in with a blended look after just to give a more flawless look. And this would not be a high fashion look if it wasn't dripping in highlight, so I'm going back in with the liquid highlight again and starting to pat that all over my cheekbones, forehead and my lips. To contour the body today, I'm going in between all of those highlights with that blush colour and then blending it out. Once I've got that done, I'm going to pop on these horns that I made out of foil and yarn. I painted them and hot glued them down to a headband, and also this flower crown that I just hot glued flowers to on a headband as well. It's a really spring and fun look. I feel like you could just easily leave it here if you want, but I wanted to go ahead and take it one step further. So to create the perfect red, I'm taking a maroon and a red liquid lip and mixing those two together. I wanted to create perfect little freckles to match my flower crown, even though later on I decided I would just keep the horns. And to brighten them up, I took more of that white liquid eyeliner and just lightly dotted it over some of them to give it more texture and more of a vibrant look. I'm now going in with that hot red shadow and applying it on the back of my cheeks. For the apples of my cheeks, I took a bright pink blush and popped that all over my chin and chest as well, just to really blend the colours down to give a nice seamless look. That's going to be our base today for before we start our body paint. I also popped a little bit of the hot purple shadow just to give more of a variety. I'm then going to go in with the NYX Vinyl Eyeliner. This is just a white liquid liner and I'm going to use this today for my whole entire body paint. My original plan was just to leave the look here and apply a lace choker, but I thought it would be a lot cuter if I went in and hand painted on small details. So I did start with a little necklace across the top and then I started to extend it down into a floral pattern. By this point I had decided that I wasn't going to be wearing the headband and I just wanted to have the horns, so I felt like I needed to apply some sort of flowers and floral design into my chest so I could still call it a spring demon. So what I'm doing here is almost like a corset. I wanted it to be the tops of my shoulders going down into my bust, and I just made everything quite symmetrical on either side to give a really cute shape. I absolutely loved how this turned out and it looked super cute. I went in and applied lots of details, so as you can see, lots of little small scallop shapes and flowers and twirls and dots, and I even just went in and applied a little bit of shading and line work just to make sure that it looked as if it was a costume and not so much just painted on. This did take a while because I had to constantly dip the liner back and forth, but it did end up working quite well. I then just went in with a little bit of highlighter and popped that over the top to give myself a shimmery look. To finish off the look today, I'm going in with more of that eyeliner and just applying a little design on the center of my forehead, again in the same shape, coming down into a triangle. I feel like it's very flattering and it matches the chest. Just giving it little scallop shapes as well and dots is really going to make it feel very lacy and girly and pretty. I also tied in some of the white eyeliner on the eyes so that everything was pretty cohesive. I'm now going in with all of the products that we used earlier and creating a demonic hand, but it's also going to be pretty cute using the liquid suedes and the bright shadows to give more of a pastel effect. To blend out the hand, I just lightly swiped it downwards and then also wiped a little bit off to give it more of a worn look. But this is it, guys. This is the finished look. I thought it was so pretty and girly and I absolutely loved how it turned out. Avant-garde was a theme that you could have taken in so many directions. You could have done paint splatter, bold colors, asymmetrical looks, but I wanted it to just be really fresh and fun and exciting and dripping with highlight. So I hope you enjoyed my take on this theme. If you did, please vote for me if you want to see me get into the next round. It's all up to you guys now. Team Bonnie all the way. Thank you so much for watching and hopefully I will see you in my next one, if not in my unboxing video. Bye guys.